Today's round is at the Country Oaks Golf Club outside of Washington, Indiana. Another great weather day for November. About 70 degrees, a little bit of breeze. First hole, playing the green tees, 480-yard par 5, hit it a little bit to the right. And this is dogleg left, so I had a long second shot. And there's a creek that runs in front of the green, so I'm going to lay up with a 5-wood. I think I still had about 280 to the green. Really good 5-wood, right down the middle. And left me about a 50 or 60 yard pitch with my 56 degree. Hit it okay, get it on the green on the right-hand side. Today I'm really concentrating on short game. Not necessarily having to get up and down every single time, but at least when you're off the green, getting it on the green, and at worst, 2-putting. I think that really takes the big scores out. You know, it still gives you a chance to make par if you can make some putts. So that was a 2-putt par on that par 5. So I go to number 2, which is playing 155. I sort of flared a 7-iron out to the right of the green, pin high. And these are the situations that, worst case, get it on the green. Best case, get it on the green and 1-putt, but nothing more than a 2-putt. So I've got a chance at that here to save par, about a 10-footer. Not a bad putt. The greens were still recovering from being aerated a couple weeks ago. I don't think they've mowed in a while, so they were actually pretty slow for this time of the year. So that was a bogey, puts me at 1 over. This is a par 4 playing 370. Got to carry that water, which I do, and the fairway slopes left to right, and I caught the right side of the rough and it continued to the right. I think I had about 120. And hit a pretty good pitching wedge. To the middle of the green, left me about a 20-footer for birdie. Came up just a little bit short. But knock it in for the easy par. So number 4, as we just saw, 333-yard par 4. Again, over water. Dogleg right, if you can take a lot off of the hole if you're willing to go over more water to the right. I kind of did. So this shot, I had the tree right in front of me, 110 yards. I could not, it was a really tall tree, so I couldn't chip over it. So I hit a low 6-iron. And this ended up really good. Yeah, about 10 feet. Luckily, the green was pretty flat on the front side, so I could run it up there a little bit. So a decent look at birdie. This hole was a pretty severe, as you can see, slope left to right. Started it not high enough and then was able to make that 2.5-footer for par. So stay at 1 over. 5th hole is about 370-yard par 4, pretty straight, slightly uphill. That one just flared off to the right. I think I even clipped that tree and it bounced it back. Is actually just on the cart path. I dropped it to the left. Still had a 5-iron. I think it was about a 175-yard shot. And just came up a little bit short and left. Hit an okay chip. It took a weird bounce to the left. It was actually going right at the pin. Not sure what it hit. So that's a bogey 5. Now I'm at 2 over. Going into number 6, par 5. Playing 525. Hit a really solid drive down the left side of the fairway. Got 5 wood. And I hit a grounder. Just one of those things. Still left me about 175. Hit a 5-iron and hit it pretty solid just to the right. About 40 feet right of the pin. So I have this for birdie. Pretty solid putt, just ran out a little bit. Just left me this 4-footer for par, which would be nice after hitting the little grounder for my second shot. So I get that to drop, stay at 2 over. This is a tough par 4. I think it's the number 1 handicap. Usually plays around 400 yards. I think it was playing about 390 today. Hit a good drive just down the right-hand side. Barely caught the rough. I had this shot, I think it was an 8-iron, about 140 yards. Was going right at the pin, caught it just a little thin. And it ran just off the green, leaving me this little chip up the hill. Hit a pretty good chip, so left me about a 2.5-footer for par. And I get that to drop for par, so 2 over going into number 8. Par 3, it was playing about 165. I have a 6-iron. The key on this hole is to start it down the right-hand side. It slopes hard right to left as you get toward the green. And in the summer, this green is extremely fast from where I have this putt. It's still fast, but that would have been way off the green in the summer. So kind of got lucky. So I have this uphill 12-footer for par and just leave it short. So that's a bogey, puts me at 3 over, going into number 9, which is playing back by the blue tees. So it's playing about at least 400 yards. So it's in about a 150 or so yard carry over the water. But I hit a pretty good drive just to the right and left me about 135. I had to go right over that big tree, which I do. Good distance, just faded a little right on me. So I was pin high, had this chip. And again, just want to get it on. Just priority. Even though that wasn't a great chip, it still gives me a look at par. And at worst, bogey. Yeah, that wasn't a good effort. So 4 over 40 on the front 9 going into 10, because you saw there 350 yard par 4, fairly straight. You do have some tree trouble along the fairway if you go a little left or right. But I hit a good drive, carried the trees, left me about 115. And I have my kind of a gap wedge. Kind of pulled it a little long and left. So another chance for an up and down. Hit an okay chip, not terrible, but not great. And that wasn't a very good putt. But bogey at the worst is, I can live with that. This is probably my best iron shot of the day. 6-iron, about 170 yards. And hit it right over the pin to about 12 feet. Be nice to get one of these birdies to drop. But that was an easy par. So I stay at 5 over, going into the par 5, playing 475. And the key here is to keep everything right. Left is dead. It's all water down the left-hand side, and the rough isn't quite as penalizing in the colder months. So left me a 5 wood. I have to go over that tree, but I kind of hit it too low and clipped it. But I hit it well enough. It was a 210-yard shot up over that tree and to an elevated green. So I had about a 25-yard chip left, pitch shot. And I kind of played it safe. There was more room on the right-hand side. And I thought that hill would bring the ball back toward the pin a little bit more, but the greens were just too slow for that. So my birdie putt slides by. I have this 2-footer back up the hill for par, and it actually just got there. So this par 4, number 13, is playing about 290. I was up there by the blue tees. Hit a really good drive. Yeah, 290 on that placard there from the blue tees. Left me about a 30-yard uphill chip shot. The pin's on the very right-hand side of the green and near the front. But easily my best chip shot of the day. And I'm not sure how it didn't go in because it bounced on the right side of the hole. Right on top of the hole, and then bounced to the left over the hole. Yeah, so these are the types of birdie putts even I can make. So that gets me back to 4 over. And this is a 200 and I think it was playing 220, par 3 uphill. And I probably didn't have, my 5 wood is a good distance for me, but for about 210, 215, so 220, it was kind of into the wind. It's just a little bit too much, so it left me another about 25-yard pitch shot, which I hit pretty good, just past the pin, but that was not a good putt. I tapped that in for for bogey, back to 5 over. This par 5 was playing longer because I'm up there with the blue tees on the upper tee box. Hit a really good drive. So the blue tees are about 560. I still had about 290, I think. And hit it really well. That was a 5 wood to about 60 yards. Thought I hit this 56 degree close, but it actually spun back. That's a side hill green. It goes, as you're looking at the green, slopes right to left pretty severely. So I think I caught that slope and didn't end up as close as I thought I'd be. So, but an easy tap in par. Stay at 5 over. This is a 365 yard par 4. Have to use a 3 wood because there is water down the right side of the fairway, and it's a very narrow fairway. So I hit a really good drive. Had this 8 iron, about 135 yards uphill. I flared out to the right. Good distance, pin high, but didn't catch it very clean. So another opportunity to get up and down. Hit a really good chip. Again, it took a funny bounce left. It was going right at the pin. I have this 8-footer, just short. So it takes me to 6 over. 342 yard par 4, very narrow fairway up where those trees are. So I always just hit driver, hit and hope. And maybe my best drive of the day. Right down the middle. Left me inside of 100 yards. But I pretty much bladed this 56 degree over the green. So another up and down opportunity. Hit a really good chip. I thought that had a chance to go in. Left me with this 5-footer. And get that one to drop for the par, so I stay at 6 over. This was playing about 285 yards, par 4, water all down the left. You just basically have to bail out to the right. It is a short hole, so I hit a 3 wood and left me about a 50-yard pitch shot into the sun, which I hate hitting into the sun. Never saw where it landed. Felt good, and yeah, it ended up pin high, just a little bit right. So I had about a 15-footer for birdie. And leave it just a little short. So knock that in for par for a nice 2 over 38 on the back. So 40 on the front, 38 on the back. There, that one drops for a 78. Not too bad. We'll see you on the next one.